Was that Mustang from earlier, Erwin?
It might have been.
What's going on here, guy? All right, well, he's right there. I'm gonna... Welcome back to Born Again Motoring. Today we're in a special car. My buddy Erwin is visiting me from Vegas and he got a rental, and it's an Audi Q5.
That's right, 2023.
And you know, we figured we would take the opportunity to drive it. He's letting me drive it because this is a direct competitor with the Porsche Macan, which I currently own. So why not? Okay, so right off the bat, the interior, what you see here is some wood trim. I'm not really a fan of wood grain trim, but I know many people are, and it does have a luxurious feel. Leather's very, very nice. I've always liked Audi leather. I own an S3, and that was it has the same kind of fit and finish, and it has the same type of I would say scent, because each car leather has its own smell, and Audi definitely has its own smell. So here we are, and you'll notice the no smoking stickers because this is a rental, so please disregard. So Erwin, you've driven this more than I have. What was your first impression?
Getting in, I feel like the quality was pretty good. Acceleration, everything seemed pretty smooth. Getting onto the freeway, merging, no issues. Pretty powerful for what it is.
So you mentioned power. So what we're working with here is 261 horsepower and 273 torque. This Mustang wants to get down, but we're just in a I think it's a Premium Plus S line 45, so you get the mid-range middle of the pack engine. So this is the 2.0 liter turbo again, and there's one higher up that is hybrid, and that one makes I think 360 something horsepower. I'll get the official specs and put them on the screen. But yeah, Erwin, so the power, it definitely doesn't feel like a dog, right?
Right.
Now if I compare this to Macan, what I would say is I have a 2020 Macan, and I've yet to actually do a video on that, but that has 248 horsepower and 273 torque, but it's also equipped with the PDK, and the PDK is the world standard as far as dual clutch transmissions go. And even though it's rated at lower power, that thing, it definitely feels faster than this. Additionally, I mean, the whole handling aspect in the Porsche Macan actually feels better. The steering feels more direct. This feels like it's more, and I have it on dynamic mode, but this feels more like it's tuned to a daily drive, just from the way it responds, even in dynamic mode, the way the transmission shifts, and even the brake feel. But you still have that sporty element. So if you're somebody that's looking for a crossover that kind of gives you the best of every world, this feels like it. Now let's just get a little power going. Yeah, see, I mean, it moves without delay. Even though this is not a dual clutch transmission, it still shifts quickly. I don't believe this is dual clutch. I was looking at the specs. This is just an automatic, right, Erwin?
Correct. I don't think it's dual clutch.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, the software is good. One of my favorite things in cars is the gauges, because I think, you know, gauges, it gives you, it's like you're looking into a car's eyes. So gauges look back at you, and it's kind of, it enhances the experience or takes away from the experience. And most cars now are digital, and one thing I think Audi does very well is this very, very high resolution screen. It looks so good. the Porsche that I have, the 2020, it is part digital and mostly analog. But I would say that this digital unit looks good, and it is probably better than the one in the Porsche, unless you like the analog gauge feel. But yeah, it's great. I think it goes perfectly well with this car. It does remind me of the S3 that I used to have. This screen is more updated. That was a 2017 S3. This is definitely higher resolution. What I don't like is you can't, unless I just haven't figured it out yet, you can't customize it so that the tack is in the center. I know that's more of a sports car deal. This is a crossover SUV, but still, just, I mean, it's digital, it's software. You have it in other cars. I don't know why I can't do it here. I can make it small, and I can kind of enlarge it, but I would like it if I could just have that center tack. But you know, most people that buy this are really not looking for that. And the more software changes you add into something that's digital, the more errors or bugs you're going to be prone to. So I get it 100%. Erwin, how would you say, being a passenger, the ride feels?
I'd say it's still pretty smooth for what it is. Even though we are in the dynamic mode, it's not as like jolting or as sports car feeling. Still decently smooth over the bumps. Nothing too bad. We haven't really taken it on a hard corner yet, but but yeah, it's not bad. It stays planted. Even when you floor it, it seems pretty smooth still.
And I think the reason why, even though it's on dynamic, it doesn't feel rough, is because this is not an adaptive variable suspension. I don't know what Audi's flavor of that is called. It slips my mind. I had it on the S3, but the reason why is because, yeah, it's the same suspension regardless. What happens when you put it in dynamic is the steering actually stiffens up, so it becomes heavier. But it's still got this little, like, vagueness when I turn in that the Macan doesn't have. The Macan feels like it feels like you're in a high-up sports car, and I love that about it. I know some people, if I quote Thomas from Throttle House, he says it feels like a compromised sports car. Maybe there's a little bit of truth to that, but I like it. I personally love the way that car, that crossover drives. It does feel like a car. It does feel very connected. Again, this is going to be more of a comfort driver, because if you're a standard citizen, if you will, you don't want that direct input kind of steering feel, because you know you might go into a curb. You kind of want a little bit of play. Me, I don't want that. I want to be direct in the way I drive. Uh-oh, did this was that Mustang from earlier, Erwin?
It might have been.
What's going on here, guy? All right, well, he's right there. I'd like to help him, but Mustang, let's take this corner. Okay. Well, handling is great. I should have turned off traction control, because that was seriously limiting and it killed power. But it's good. I mean, if you compare this, we're at a point now where the technology, the handling and the research in cars is like, they're all pretty good. It's not like it was in, you know, in the 70s, 80s, 90s. A lot of vehicles do very well. Now it's just like, how much more do you want? Do you want more comfort, or do you want more performance? This errs on the side of comfort, but it's still a sporty ride. You never feel like you're lacking power, that's for sure. Actually, no, yeah, I'm gonna go here because that truck. I don't know what the gas statistics are on this. I mean, how many MPGs I would get. Do you recall, Erwin?
I think it was 22 average.
22 average? Okay. So that's okay.
18-gallon fuel tank. So.
Uh-oh, he's gonna let me over? Yep, he's letting me over. Thank you. Okay, 18-gallon fuel tank. So yeah, this is middle of the pack. Everything is just kind of in the middle. I mean, it's entry-level luxury. This one, the MSRP was, what was it, 46?
Yeah, so we're looking at 46.7.
Okay, 46.7. So I mean, you know, in today's market, that's pretty competitive. If you can go to the dealership and say you have 47,000 to spend and walk out with something like this, that's good. I think, you know, if you try to go get like the new Integra from Acura, it's going to be around that price, if not more, because it's going to be marked up a little bit, and you get less vehicle. This does 0 to 60 in 5.5 seconds. Yeah, if you read the brochure.
You read the brochure.
And that's not slow. It's really not. I mean, yes, there's a lot more fast cars out there today, but that's really not slow. The many sports cars don't even get close to that. You take the I would say the first gen BRZ and FRS. I mean, they're running 7s. So yeah, this is all-wheel drive. It's turbo. It's luxurious to a degree, entry-level luxury. Honestly, I'm really not a fan of this wood. It's
I think we could option that out.
yeah, I would definitely option that out. If I was gonna get one of these, I don't want this, because I've never liked wood grain trim, and I got rid of my 1794 Tundra for that was one of the reasons why I got rid of it. It looks cool, but it's not me, and I just can't get used to it. And honestly, it just doesn't look real to me. This is a veneer of some sort, but it just, I don't know.
Yeah, it definitely looks real plastic.
Yeah, I would rather just have the dreaded, yeah, the dreaded piano black. Like,
there's some piano black here, but yeah.
Yeah, and it looks like they have some sort of decal over it, right?
No, it's already got scratches.
Or is that just scratched up from
No,
people
it's
using it?
scratches.
Oh, okay. Well, rental cars, what are you gonna do? That's why, you know, you drive rental cars like you stole them. Okay, this is a good little spot to get on it. Yeah, I mean, it moves. Look at that. Yeah, this thing, it does the job. That's right, delivering pizzas. I mean, yeah, if I had this as a pizza delivery guy, I would be happy. I would be very, very happy. But if I had to trade the Macan, or if I had a choice between the Macan and this, because my nature and my passion for driving, the Macan is a great vehicle to do that in, because equipped with that PDK, the rear biased all-wheel drive system, the directness of it. It has a better fit and finish for me. Now, I think these tires, both front and back, square fitments, 255, 45. I don't know the rim size.
These are either the 20s or the 19s.
Yeah, it's because it's the S line, maybe,
yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Okay. But it's a nice vehicle. I understand why people get like the SQ5, and I haven't driven that, and I'm sure that's a little bit better. I do understand from what I was reading that the hybrid is faster in a straight line than the SQ5. Of course, electric motors that's what they do nowadays. they beat everything gas, but we still like our gasoline engines, right? I think the hybrid one does a 4.7 0 to 60. Yeah, that's about right. Here we go, another acceleration. Yeah, decent engine note, but a lot of it's pumped in. I think, yeah, it's fake.
It sounds pumped in.
Yeah, it's fake. Macan sounds better, and what I like about the Macan is that one is more natural sounding. It sounds like a Porsche would, and you can hear the exhaust from the outside. And typical PDK fashion, you get the little gurgle on the upshift. So yeah, if I didn't have the money for the Macan, which that Macan that I have was 63, I think, back in 2020, this would be a good vehicle for an everyday driver. If you've got a significant other and a kid, I mean, the back seat is somewhat spacious. It's a crossover, should be. This would get the job done. But if I have the choice, I'm going to choose a Macan. So those are my thoughts. Erwin, any final thoughts for you on this?
I mean, pretty much agree. It would make it an excellent daily driver. Definitely enough space for everything that you need to carry. This one does come equipped with the roof rack. I don't know if you need it all the time and take it off just for less drag, but other than that, I mean, this thing pretty much has everything you would need. But yeah, that's all boils down to preference, how much power, performance, and everything like that. But yeah, definitely a good middle road.
Cool.
All in one.
All right, well, you heard it, folks. Thank you, Erwin, for renting this car so for my perusal, and we will see you on the road. God bless you.